Yeah, they got good. Turn my chat on. Turn on chat. Oh well. Let's go, guys. Ohio River bank fishing. Let's go. We got a little bit of some background noise this time down here. It looks like they're redoing the landscaping down here, so we won't be able to sit up top. But I'm seeing some pretty cool stuff on the water. Let me switch it around so you guys can see. So it looks like they're redoing landscaping here, putting in trees. We're gonna be down here on the rocks. Jim, what's going on? Elstan, Chuck, how you doing, guys? We're gonna sneak down here, sit on these rocks. Oh, if I don't slide in the dirt. We'll get it off. So let's see what we got going on. This water was smooth as glass 10 minutes ago. I walked down here to look at it first before I figured out where I was gonna go. I thought I might have to go to Licking River mouth, but it's all right. Current's moving. Sarah, thanks for joining. We're gonna put some lines out and see if we can catch something. We got some pretty fine current seams here. You got this one here, this one here. There's something real big right there, causing a big uproar in the current. And then there. And there's one right there in that circle too. So we'll see. Scotty Hill, what's going on? Petey, what's going on, buddy? He made it. There's an indication to how fast our current's going. Yeah, that's Montgomery Inn Steakhouse. You're exactly right, Chuck. That's the Montgomery Inn Boathouse. One of these days I'm gonna try fishing over there. I think that I could park there and just hop down the rocks and fish. I don't want to fish, it's too high up, and that'd be a heck of a walk around and try to land something. I'd need one of those landing nets that you hold off with a rope. They got awesome food. I want to fish down there sometime. Let's get this stuff out. We got 2 ugly sticks. Old Toothless, my Muddy River flathead rod. Called it Toothless. For bait, we have not Mountain Dew. We got 2 things to choose from today. Got this big black drum and a big red horse sucker. So we're gonna try these out. They're a little frozen. Might be kind of hard for me to cut all the way through. I might have to, I don't know about him, but the drum's definitely going to be hard to cut through. Or carp, whatever it is. I call them black drums. They got black eyes and black. A video. Well, hopefully it doesn't keep doing that. I should have real good signal. We'll just have to take it as it goes. Sometimes signal's not always the best when you're bank fishing, especially when you're live streaming. So I can set all this stuff down and Dexter, what's going on? 5 p.m. over there in Malaysia. So we got my tackle bag backpack loaded down. We're gonna get these river rodders out. Hopefully I should be able to get them in. And then I can tuck my bait into this cooler pouch here to keep it cool so it don't thaw out too fast. Just figured I'd let you guys see how we get it set up. Get my bait knife. Maybe these. Have these ready. New digital scale in case we catch something big. It's showing up saying or temporary, or I don't know what's on. I got full signal. We'll just have to wing it. It is nice. I actually really need this hoodie on right now. It's, I want to say about 65. Figure out what kind of weights I'm going to be using. Get my weights out here. That would really suck if they told me I had to get pack up and leave. Might need one of these. I'm gonna try a 6 on old Toothless here. My scale fell in the lake yesterday. That sucks, man. Man, I got everyone in here. I hope so. I'd like to have everyone in here. Rocks over there the size of boulders, and you got to climb down hoping you don't fall in, and it's a stack on top of everybody. On each other, not everybody. Oh, okay. Ditch is empty. Hey Maurice, Terry, we're just now getting unloaded here actually. I fired it up as soon as I parked the car so you guys could just hang out with me. Let's see if I can find a spot for these. Brought a mallet. Ha! Who needs a mallet? When you got a river rock to pound in a river rodder. My first time out catfishing of the year, guys. I want to go in that way. There it goes. Come here, rock. Alright, I think we're good. Yeah, I'm working today. I work second shift though. Chilling in a cafe at the moment, sipping on some iced milk tea. I put milk in my tea when it's hot tea. Fishing with J Reel. We're in downtown, well, across from downtown Cincinnati. I'm actually in Newport, Kentucky. We're right next to Joe's Crab Shack over here. I'll show you. And we're just right on the Ohio riverbank. Biggest one I've caught here is 30-something pounds. If you guys remember and was watching that stream, it actually broke my analog scale. Now we got a digital one, and it goes up to 88 pounds. So let's see if we can max it out. All right, rods, check. My ugly sticks need re-rigged. Well, they just need leaders. I hope he don't slide down that hill and run me over. I'm dangerous. Honey bad. You guys see that neon? Couldn't find a good spot around the stadium. Yeah, over on that side there's it's deep if you fish along the serpentine wall, and it's actually good over there in a public landing for shad, but you got to be tactical about how you throw your cast net, because they swim in all the rocks that looks like this. So when you throw it over, you'll trap them, but you have to wade out into the water and slowly collect your net so you don't tear it. And they're literally 2 feet off the bank, so it's easy for you to get them. You just have to sit there and finagle your net back over the rocks to get them all in. I've caught over 100 shad in one throw over there, and they were nice size too, about 5 inches or so. Go fish in the aquarium. J-Reel's between Dayton and Cincy. You have to come out sometime, man. Middletown, you're not too far. I live in Coleraine. Hope you catch something big. I hope so too, Dexter. If you guys don't know Dexter, he's from Malaysia. He's halfway across the world right now, and he's opposite of our time. It's 10:04 p.m. over there. He's 12 hours ahead or behind. I want to say ahead. I guess you could call it either way. He's in the future right now. We still don't have jetpacks, do we, Dexter? He's 10 hours into the future. Yeah, this hoodie's coming off. I'm already getting hot. I don't get hot often. Alright. So let's say we start off with this red horse sucker. Drag came out. You know what? I'll use one of those. Then we'll have 3 different setups. Healing drag, what's up? I'll be tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow here in 2 hours. Yeah. I'd like to meet you down there and get some tips. Come on down, man. In the words of Daniel Bryan, no, 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 no. Leave it on, we don't want to see what's underneath. I'll tell you what's underneath, it's a whisker stick shirt. I've already seen this stream already. Since I'm 10 hours ahead of you guys, you are going to catch a big one. Dexter, I like the way you think. So I've never actually used Red Horse Sucker before. I call it a cast net. To my surprise, swift current. And get some skipjack or moon eye that might be run up. This is the only thing I got in there, so I'm gonna just try to use his head. If I can cut through it. Bony. There we go. We got the head, and then we got his little fins on there for balance. You do have a nice hoodie. Thanks, Chuck. You should give me a 4X shirt for free. I don't actually keep them in stock. We order them. We do it through teespring.com, but we do have up to 5X on there if you wanted to place an order. Just go on teespring.com and type in whisker sticks. You'll find it. I'll be set a motor in real quick. All right. I gotta get something in the water. Otherwise, this ain't a fishing stream. So let's put this sucker head on the fathead right here. Just like that, I guess. It's got 6 ounce weight. This one's got a hooker's terminal tackle, glow in the dark line rattle, 25 pound big game leader, 30 pound slime line, and a 6 ounce bank sinker for lead heads. I ain't really actually got to sit and fish with this rod outside of work, so this will be fun. Might have to throw this one farther, and then I'll almost be just kind of sweeping the bank downstream. Yeah, let me do that. If I don't get snagged. Go ahead and leave it there for a minute and see if Dexter, contact Molly on Facebook. She'll take care of you. What I miss. We need them sticks for night fishing too. Mom, if you want to take care of him, he's out in Asia, so we'll have to ship him overseas to him. We need to try to figure out a way to get him over there to him. Tails and Mekons. Yeah. We ain't never shipped anything international yet, but we'll try. And I just seen something big jump over there. Alright. Next up, new leader for this guy. Put the Demon Dragon on him. Skizzers. Let's put a Mad Catter on this one. We're going to try to have some variety today. 6. I'm hearing jumps. Ready to cut some back. Red horse sucker's got a thick belly meat. Line kinked up. gotta fix some things. That mess up fixed my snag. I pulled my own snag out. Let's throw this one short. See what happens. I'll just do the 2 rods for now. I really did pass that bush. But maybe 20 feet out or so, that current's still pushing kind of hard with 6 ounces. It's hard to keep it down. I got that one way down there. I got one short, and then we'll put this one medium, and that way it's not going to run into that line. I think we can do that and catch up. I'm sure I missed a bunch. Alright. What's going on? Catman getting ready to hit it again. Wish I was getting ready for work. So do you fish the catfish? So do you fish for catfish on the Kentucky side or Ohio side? Well, you can fish either side. The Ohio side is deeper. That's where the main channel is. For the most part, I think there's a lot more access on the Kentucky side. Like this, for example. There's just more accessible parking. You don't have the big city right there, and the farther you go out upstream or downstream, it gets more rural, and there's a lot of private property. So for as far as the main downtown stretch, I think Kentucky has more bank access. Plus there's food right here. If I want, there's a Burger King right here, there's a UDF right here. If I got to use the bathroom or I want something to eat, I can get it. You still don't have bait in the water. We do now. Mono memory. It's all good spots to me. Got to go this factory. Look at this broke pipe. We'll be back shortly. Good luck, Terry. Don't get burnt. I just go. I don't know a whole lot. I just go out and fish. That's the way it's done, man. Tammy, how you doing? Tammy's one of my co-workers. Catfish conservation meeting May 18th, West Kentucky, Gilbertsville, Kentucky Dam. Help save those trophy fish. I wish I could be there. Alright, Tim, sending good vibes to you all the way from here, man. Hope that reel screams. See you, man. I hope these freaking reels double over and it peels so bad it makes the clicker turn on and scream. Oh, I got one. Hold on, guys. I didn't mean to drop you. And he's peeling drag. See? That's good luck from Malaysia. Feels like a nice one. Let me make sure I got him out of all the debris and I'll pick the camera back up. Feels like a nice blue. Might not be able to get him out of the shelter, or out of the cover in time. Can't even see him yet. Oh, he's a nice size. Hold on, guys. I know you're staring at rocks. Come here, kitty kitty. Alright, let's fix this. Never know what's gonna happen live. See what the shout outs to me will get you. Dexter got to see one before he goes. That's pretty nice, man. That's a nice little blue. Let's get a weight on it after I get this hook out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And I got to keep my bait. Screenshot. Second biggest Ohio River blue cat for me. Get a weight on it. Alright. Forgot I gotta tear it first. .36 pounds. Almost a 10-pounder. Dexter, Tammy, you guys rock. My vibe reached her pretty quick. Was using FedEx. Nice catch. Sending more good vibes. I hope you're right, man. The life of a fly fisherman. What's going on, man? Thanks for joining in, guys. We're having fun. We got a good old time going. I put lines out, didn't even get the third rod out. I casted that out there wanting to go farther initially. And then I casted that one out, wanted it to go farther that way initially. But I went too far out that way, so I reeled it in. But the current drug it into that line, which I had out there. And as I drug it in, it pulled it out of the snag. And they went after that red horse sucker belly like, wow. And we got a lot of cool stuff going on, guys. Thanks for joining the stream. Share it with your friends, get other people in here. I might not be the most educational, but I hope I'm entertaining. We're getting this off. There was no bite or warning or anything. It just went boom. That's the way I like it. So I'm gonna rehook this bait, throw it in the same spot, see if we get another one. I'll catch little ones like that all day. 10 pounds is 10 pounds. I don't care if I catch 3-pounders all day. Is that a plane flying behind you? Yeah, there's one of those old propeller planes flying around with a sign in the air advertising something. I want to thank everyone with all their support for changing my channel name. No, it wasn't on the head, Chuck. It was on the chunk. I had a hook through the gut pocket. It came out, so the hook's actually just sitting on the leader right now. So I'm gonna rehook it through the other side of the gut pocket. No, it wasn't with the new rod, Tammy. I'm actually gonna take that one and flip it down there so we can get a fight on that one, because I want to feel it. I haven't got to catch anything on this rod. One point for ugly stick and demon dragon. Try to get grass off this line. Down here, cast it out forward. Man, I don't think that was even out for 5 minutes. That was insane. I was on Demon Dragon, Mad Cow, and the ugly stick. I might not need the third rod to go out, man. Get on it. Gut pocket's all but sucked out of it. So I'm going to cut the gut pocket side off and just use the other chunk. I'm just gonna stick with 2 rods. I have the third one as a backup. Can you guys see the rods okay? Let's see. Let's come up a little bit. And then we'll readjust. There we go. Now we got it going. So the Muddy River rod is farther downstream than the Ugly Stick. The Muddy River has a Hooker's Terminal Tackle line rattle, and that's got the Demon Dragon. Cut red horse sucker on both of them, a head and a gut chunk. I'm going to try to hold on to that drum. If I don't need it, I'm going to use it for a different trip. Make sure I didn't miss nothing. Probably trying to get people to cheer for the Reds. By the Charter House parking lot. Yes, that's exactly where I am. Between Charter House and Joe's Crab Shack. Oh. I just want to expand my channel so you're not seeing the fishing, you're also seeing everything else that happens before, during, and why fly fishing is my passion. That's awesome, man. Where are you at? In Kentucky or Ohio? You can use, when you're on the Ohio River, it doesn't matter which side of the river you're fishing. Kentucky honors Ohio fishing licenses, and Ohio honors Kentucky fishing license on the Ohio River, as long as you're fishing on the Ohio River. So the Licking River is right downstream just a little bit, a couple bridges down, and I can fish around there. I just can't have my line in the Licking River. I can have it right at the mouth, but I have to be in Ohio River water to be legal. Otherwise, I would need a Kentucky license. You can't fish Kentucky tributaries, but you can fish the Kentucky side of the Ohio riverbank. However, if all you have is an Ohio license, you have to abide by Ohio's fishing laws. So, I'm only supposed to have 2 rods out. Kind of why I'm hesitant. I always bring a backup. I know I've fished with 3 before. You're supposed to have just 2. But if I had a Kentucky license, they don't have a rod limit at all. So if I had 20 rods and I wanted to pull them all out, I could most certainly line this whole bank. But if you have a Kentucky license fishing on the Ohio side, you have to honor Ohio's rules. So if you have a Kentucky license and you're fishing over there, you can only use 2 rods. And it's the same with West Virginia and Ohio, Pennsylvania and Ohio, Indiana and Kentucky. If I was down in Louisville and I wanted to fish on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, as long as I got one or the other state's licenses, you could do it. Man, I hope we get another one soon. Is it still okay to call him Ninja? I'm always gonna call him Ninja. That's for claiming state records, Chuck. But for actual fishing, it depends on each state's law. So you really got to research the laws before you do it. So I know there's an agreement between Ohio and Kentucky and Ohio and West Virginia. They'll honor each other's licenses when you're on the river. Now, as far as claiming the record, I may be wrong, but it depends on where you drop your boat in. So if you dropped your boat on the Ohio side, but you caught it in here and then you bring it in on the Kentucky side, try to claim it as a Kentucky record, that's not how it works. You would have to take it back to the Ohio side and go through Ohio DNR. Well, something jumped right there. They're in these slack waters. That current's moving by so quick. They're gonna hug the bank to stay out of the current. So I'm hoping that we'll have multiple catches today. But that was great. I'm excited. First half hour here, caught a 10-pound blue. I don't catch blues that often. I'm used to catching channel cats and flatheads. I've caught plenty of channels that size and bigger. And I've most certainly caught flatheads bigger. But I don't really get to see too many blue cats, even when I'm fishing down here. They're just hard to find. That was awesome. It feels nice out. It's get up, stretch my legs. It's warm. Spring is here. We've got fish. We've got bait. Andy's Journeys, yes, I'm in Cincinnati. I live in Coleraine Township, and I'm fishing across from downtown. J-Reel says he's on his way. Better get here soon, because I'm going to be leaving about 1:30. So we still got about 2.5, 3 hours to go, guys. Where's your dew? I got Blue Mountain Dew. I got Blue Voltage. Greetings from Chattanooga. I'd love to come down there. I want to come down there and fish with Joe Jellison and Ty Conkle. Right. Is the audio coming in okay? Is the video quality coming in okay? Everything showing up good for everybody? Scott Hughes, thanks for subscribing. And if you guys like what you see and you want to see more, please do hit subscribe. No obligation, but if you do like what you're seeing, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notifications. That way, when I do go live or I do post a video, you get to see more fun stuff. Video is free a little and freezes a little and comes back. I hope that's not the same for everybody. I got full service. I'm on a Sprint network, unlimited 4G LTE data. I don't think they call it the streaming plan, but it might as well be. And that's why I like it, because you don't have to worry about data caps. And I can come out here and do this instead of having to worry about editing. I get to interact with you guys and talk to you guys. I think I've seen that video, Chuck. This is supposed to be streaming in 720. If you guys see in the bottom right hand corner, it says CameraFi Live. That's the app I use to port through YouTube. I don't use the actual YouTube app. I've had some bad experiences with it on this device. It always wants to cut out, says YouTube has to force close, and then I got to reopen it and resume the stream, so it's kind of choppy. And I haven't really had any issues when I use this. So if that's something you guys like to do and you like to stream, go give it a shot. CameraFi Live for Android, it's free. There is a premium version you can pay for where you get other things like creating your own thumbnails and things like that. But I don't really see the need to pay for that. If you're watching, you're not watching because of a thumbnail. You're watching because you want to see somebody fish. That's a big plane sign. I'll give you guys a view here. Turn this around. That's the Big Mac Bridge, 471. Interstate 471 going into Kentucky. Coming from Ohio going into Kentucky. You guys seen the steakhouse. Got some high-rise condos. And if you guys remember the last time I was down here, this river was really low and I was actually able to walk underneath this and actually walk into that tunnel. So it's up a little bit today. Take a left when you get off the bridge. If you're on this bridge, J-Reel, when you get to this bridge, you want to take the very first exit right past there. It'll say Newport. You'll take a right and it'll have you loop around. You go to the traffic light and you'll take another right. And you'll just go on through until you see the Joe's Crab Shack and this Comfort Inn Suites. I'm right behind the Comfort Inn Suites. If you're on your way down, come on, give it a shot. I can move my poles over a little bit and see what we can do. I might actually take this ugly stick, try to bring it upstream a little bit, see if I can get around here somewhere. I didn't mean to use pink. Green. That's the Purple People Bridge. Walk across the river. The blue bridge down there, that's the one that they use for the Skyline Chili logo. You got the red stadium right here. You got US Bank Arena and Paul Brown. The red stadium's behind it. Or no, the red stadium. Paul Brown's behind the red stadium. Bengal Stadium. All those are down there. I would love to see the catfish conference be held right there. Didn't mean to do that. Take this off. Zoom in. That's where I want to see the conference next year. US Bank Arena. Plenty of room. Everybody could fish right off the serpentine wall right here. Didn't mean to do that. Forgot to turn my drawing off. You're essentially gonna be going left, J-Reel, but you have to make a bunch of rights to go left. Two wrongs don't make a right, but three rights make a left. Trying to reel these in and try to recast. It's been about 20. And you can see that slime line. Stuff just don't glow in the nighttime. It pops into daylight too. Alright, let me move this back. Change my camera. Hopefully there's no snags. Hooking into snags is just part of fishing. You gotta get in the cover to get them. Doesn't mean I like it when I get in a snag. I thought it was gonna get away from me. So I was reeling this in. I had it hooked back here, but it hit a rock and it ripped the bait off. And I started seeing that head floating down. I think I got these rubber boots on. I climbed down in that water. Here, fishy, fishy. Nothing but positive today. Thanks, Tammy. You can go head up the Hofbräu house. Yeah, that's a cool place to eat. Back out. See what happens when I put this over here. That's probably gonna pull it, but you know what? I'm gonna let it sit. See what happens. Get my seat back. Crowds in the view here. There we go. I've actually never ate at the Hofbräu house. Oh, hey, it's holding. Maybe we'll get one over there. Man, this has been long overdue, guys. All of a sudden it started buffering a lot. I hope it doesn't keep doing it. This is where it's at, guys. This is where you get your mind right. Got all this amazing view. It's super nice out, it's sunny, it's pushing 70 degrees, it's not super windy. Perfect day. And we got out and we got a fish right off the first shot. What's up, man? Catmaster Catfishing. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining in. You're welcome to stay. We still got a couple hours to go. Hopefully there's more than one blue down there hugging that bank, holding up in them trees. We got a 10-pounder, but I want his daddy. That one's losing tension, came up a little bit. Something must be dragging on the line. Next week, if I get to get out, probably do the Great Miami River. Probably do Eagle's Nest. I'm really fond of that spot. I wanted to go today, but it's still up really high and moving pretty swift. I came here because I know there's a slack water area that I can fish, even if the current's up and roaring. So I wasn't too concerned about it down here, but up there it's really hard to fish it right now. You almost have to free line your bait and just hope something's way downstream, because it's just going to pull all your stuff back to the bank. Maybe if I had some planer boards, I could hold them out. And I'd love to get out some of those current seams out there, but even if I get my bait out there, the water that's rushing between my pole is going to pull the line. And I've tried 16 ounces before out there, and it just pulls the line so hard that it drags the bait out of the current break. Come on down around Chattanooga. 100-pounder was caught in 2015. We had somebody challenge the state record for Kentucky last year at Meldal Dam. I think the record's 104 for Kentucky record. It was a big, heavy fish. I think it only ended up weighing like 86. But they pulled the DNR out and they get an evaluation. The biggest one I've ever got my hands on is a 44. The biggest one I've ever caught myself is 37. The biggest flathead I've ever got was 32. Fishing western North Carolina, yeah, we got one already. We got a 10-pound blue, maybe 20 minutes in the stream. Maybe 30, I can't remember. About a half hour or so ago, we caught a 10-pound blue. We was only in the water for about 10 minutes. Spent the other 15-20 minutes talking and getting things set up. I'm not gonna mess with changing my bait for a while, because in my experience with these carps, they got a lot of oil in them. They hold their scent for a long time. Stay. And cut carp and cut sucker and cut drum, that's all them oily rough fish, they're catfish candy. What's going on, man? 513 Natty. That's my area code. We're gonna leave these on for a while. I remember we used big old carp head. It was like this big freaking huge carp head. It was like a 10-pound carp. used the whole head on a 10-aught hook. We had that thing out there all night. You thought it was waterlogged, but it would not stop getting hit by big fish. This was the Potomac River we were fishing, and it just would not. It would get slammed all the time. Nothing would hook up, and lo and behold, something finally did hook up. It bit that big cat fever heavy action rod all the way down into the water, all the way up to the first guide was all the way down in the water, and it was that big 44-pound blue. Got lots of notifications. Alright, cleared. Did we get another one? I want to catch something on my Muddy River rod. You guys ain't got to check those rods out. That is the lightest rod you will ever hold. It's super strong. Easily way stronger than this other stick. It's got a lot of flex to it. It's a medium heavy 7-foot fast action rod. It's got a real thick tip, real sturdy tip, and it's got a white tip at the end. The handle is amazing. It kind of feels like a golf club or a tennis racket or something almost. Or a baseball bat even. This is a real soft, nice, comfortable grip. And almost any reel looks good on it. It comes in casting or spinning models. Demon Dragon facing towards the hook or away. It's facing away from it. So it looks like it's doing that in the current. I don't know how much truth there is to it. I just know it floats and it helps keep my bait off the bottom, and that's good enough for me. I don't know if it helps to imitate looking like a bait fish or if the rattle. I don't know how effective the rattles are. Dieter Melhorn took some stats. He did a good long study on them, and he's got a video talking about numbers of catches with Demon Dragons, basic Carolina rigs, or peg float rigs with line rattles, and better or not in his opinion. And I don't remember exactly what the results were, but he has a video for it. You ever think about the canal in Hamilton? It looks good. Don't know the depth. I haven't been able to get up there yet, Terry. Do you run a line, throw, or tie, throw individual eyes on demon? Oh, through. Oh no, I don't tie to each side of the Demon Dragon. I just run my line through it. What I do is, if this is it, and you got an eye here, and then you got one down in the center, I run it through here just once, and when I get to the one in the middle, I loop around once and go through a second time, and then I loop through once and go back through a second time on the top one. That way I can still slide it and change my my depth if I want to take it closer to the hook or farther away, but I don't have to tie separate knots, and it helps keep it still. I don't just feed them through. I think that's just a little too loose. What part of Ohio are you from? I'm from Cincinnati. I live in Coleraine Township. If anybody's heard of Northgate Mall, I'm about 5 minutes from there. It's about a 20 to 30 minute drive to get down here. Just depends on the traffic. Might actually get a good sunburn today. Now we're waiting on another bite. I wasn't expecting that one to hit as quick as it did. Ain't far from me. Where are you from, Catmaster? Maybe we can hook up sometime. so glad to be back out here, man. From Zanesville. I know where that's at. It's a few hours away. Not too far. God, it's so good to be out here, guys. I needed it. Been stuck in the house all winter. Been busy making lights, working. I do still work full-time job. Second shift. Between work and whisker sticks and being a full-time dad. Got 2 young kids that are, one's 8 and one's about to be 7. Don't get to get fishing in as often as. But it's definitely a way to de-stress. Get your mind right, enjoy the scenery, get some fresh air, just enjoy being outside. Do it every day if I could. Even if you don't catch nothing. We've already caught something. Oh, we're getting a bite. We get the bite. Flathead rod. That might be a little guy. Did you guys see that? That's got the head on it. I hope he didn't take it off the hook. Can I move this over a little bit? Yeah, you guys can see it good. I can't see it because my chat is in the way on the screen. But it did a little flutter. Maybe a channel cat. I had some other bait I could bring. I had some crappie, some bluegill that are frozen. I got little baby skipjack that are about this long, maybe 4 or 5 inches. Wanted to save those for another day. Wanted to try to use these bigger baits up so I can cut them in big chunks. And I know these big blues out here will go after them. Went to Hamilton Bait and Tackle yesterday, picked up some jigs to try for skipjack. You can use it quite a few things, to my knowledge, for skipjack. Any old crappie jig. Foley spoons work great according to Joe Jellison. You can go to Bass Pro and even get marabou jigs. That's what I bought to try. I just haven't got to get down there yet. And they're not running up by us in the Great Miami yet. I caught those little baby skipjack in the cast net just on a whim. But I know they will run once it warms up more. And you can get them at either of the dams. I caught those baby ones that on the creek that runs into Blackstreet Dam, where that little where it forks off to the right and runs into the creek. There's kind of like a slow current pool there, and I was just throwing my net in there trying to see if I could find some shad. Didn't catch one shad at all. All I got was everything else. I even got a big huge largemouth bass in my cast net and had to let him go. Well, I got to get something to eat. Just stop by to watch some, or stop by to show some love. Thanks, Cat Master. Let me know if you're ever down this way. We'll try to hook up sometime. Well, we got a nibble. Give it a couple more minutes, see if he takes it. If not, we'll make sure our bait ain't gone. It's because Dexter's not in here. That's what happened. Looks like we got 6 people watching. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Share the stream on Facebook, share it to your friends. I do these to not just get out and share my experience with you, but I know it's fun to watch. I know it's fun for me when I watch people fish when I'm not able to get out. I like bringing people with me, showing them how long you down there. Here till about 1:30. Bring my cast. I've lost one cast net to some rocks here, but hopefully it don't happen again. If I run out of bait, I'll go up to Burger King and buy some chicken nuggets and throw them on. I'll put a Whopper on the hook. Give it a few more minutes and then we'll recast. It's all a waiting game. You gotta have patience. Just tuning in, have you caught anything? Yeah, 777, we caught one 10-pound blue. Not too long after we had the lines in the water. We just got another nibble about 2 minutes ago on the flathead rod over here, so we're gonna give it a few more minutes, see if they come back for it. I've still got a whole nother half of a sucker to use, so we can cut up fresh bait and chuck it out. We caught the first fish on the ugly stick, so now I switched them up. That sun's cooking my back. As cold as it's been during the winter, I'm not used to feeling that sensation, the heat from the sun. What's that like? I forgot we had warm weather in Ohio. I swear this has been like the longest winter it feels like we've had in a long time. It's super frigid cold. One day it was 80 degrees, next day it was 35 and snowing. Bulldozer guys watching me fish. I was just over that way a day or so ago. I deliver in Kentucky a lot. Next time you're down, let me know, Sean. If you got time to stop and fish, maybe we can meet up. I'm not used to this warm weather. And I most certainly am not complaining about it. Anybody complains about it being too hot this summer gets punched in the throat. It's been a long time coming. I'm glad for the heat to come back. I don't do cold. And hopefully later in the year, I'm going to try to organize a meet and greet event here somewhere. I'll have to pick a spot. I don't know if it'll be the best fishing spot. I'll have to locate somewhere that's got lots of open bank space and plenty of room for people to get lines out. But I want to host a meet and greet event, whether it's day fishing or night fishing, don't matter to me. And let everybody get a chance to get together that's around the area. We'll all meet up, hook up, get some lines wet and have a good time. Anybody that's a YouTuber, does Facebook streams or whatever, we can all collaborate. I just went through some of the white stuff falling in Wyoming. Ew. We don't like snow. I'm just up in Columbus. I can be down in Cincinnati in about an hour or so. Well, you'd have about an hour to fish with me. I'll be here till about 1:30. We got about 1.5, 2 hours left to go. I also picked up some 30-pound slime line. Hamilton Bait and Tackle carries it now. That's awesome. Ben and all them guys up there are pretty nice. I had an opportunity to have my lights sold there, but they were just asking for a little too low of a price for my liking. We couldn't agree on a selling price, so I held back. Let's try recasting these and see what happens, huh? Get off my old butt. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put some new bait on. We'll just freshen it up. We'll save these in case we run out, because I really don't want to cut up that drum if I don't have to. Look at all that grass. Plastic bags, notebook paper, leaves. There we go. Uh-oh. Somebody tried to call in. Unfortunately, I'm sitting up north of Portsmouth. All my gear is in my pickup. I want to bring my son down and fish with you. He gets mad if I go catfishing without him. Maybe if we request they sell your lights, they will give you what you need. I know I do a lot of plugs for them. I like their shop. Maybe. As it stands right now, I'm about as packed as I can get as far as retailers go. We picked up Mud Bum Supply Shack. They carry them now. Then of course you got Hook Setter, Hooker's Terminal Tackle, Tackle Bandit, Dave's Homemade Tackle, Riverside Bait and Tackle. That's up in Michigan. The only thing I'm leery about having them in shops down here is, of course, the Pay Lake side of things. I know a lot of those guys, they don't directly support the Pay Lakes, but all the anglers that shop and fish there, it's not something I could really handle, or what would you say, control. But I'd really rather not see a whole bunch of my lights sitting inside Pay Lakes, to be honest. Maybe that's a little biased of an opinion. Not the most professional way to say it, but gotta walk the dogs. Hopefully the pond at work is looking good. I hope so. We're gonna have a lunch break bite today, that's for sure. I know them shops are in here. They support everybody, and anybody who comes in is welcome to buy something. But I just can't really get behind the fact that so many people that go to the Pay Lakes shop there, and I'm sure my lights are used by some at them places, buying from other places too. It's out of my control, really. I know I can't keep it from happening, but I'd rather try to not see them in there as much as I can. I'd say probably a good more than half of their customer base is Pay Lake anglers. Everybody's got the right to do as they wish. There's nothing illegal about it. That one's twitching. Got a big cruise boat coming. You see it? There it is. Here comes the waves already. Maybe it'll be my little mini boat bite. I never get a barge bite. Maybe I'll get a boat bite. Might have to try and throw farther downstream. Get a little farther down the bank. I've walked that whole bank down there almost towards the bridge when it was real low in the wintertime. Things were still iced over. Big, huge rock cliffs. Big, long rocks like this, just big slabs of rock. And there's tons of places for to hide down there. Plane's still flying. Hey! Hey! Good Lord! Those wave swells were hitting my feet. My jeans got splashed. 3-foot high swells from that speedboat. It washed, it got a whole good 5 foot up the bank wet. Now give me a good bite, come on. Still got 6 people watching. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm not as fortunate as some other popular streamers we know that have to spend 20 minutes catching up on comments. But it's still good to have you guys here. Barge bite. Yeah, I wish. Barges don't even make wakes that big on the bank, man. That boat was cruising. There's a barge coming upstream, though. It's coming this way. For you, psychic. Jay Real noticed the barge. Said I lost connection, but I got full strength. Yeah, I was saying if you guys like what you see, be glad to subscribe. If you don't like what you see, then you don't have to. Make sure I get both rods in here. Terry won a real cleaning on Catfish Weekly. I seen that. And if you ever need one cleaned down here, man, let me know. After you use up your voucher, if you need another real clean down the road, let me know. I'll bring it down to me and I'll get that thing slicker than house knot. That reel that's on the Muddy River rod, I got it on eBay, I think for 60 bucks. Long time ago. When I got that thing in, boy was it dirty. You could hardly hand crank the reel. That thing was burnt slap up. But I took it apart and got it all cleaned out and re-lubed it. Now it's slick as a whip. Come on, barge. Oh, Muddy River bite. Come on. Take it again, take it again. You guys see that? Ooh. Come on. Be greedy. Oh man, that made my heart jump. Now I'm all pins and needles. I'm all antsy. I want to jump up and grab it now. hope it didn't take the bait off the hook. That ugly stick's bent over hard, man. It must be dragging some heavy grass on the line. I know it ain't a fish. Still got 5 people. Everything, audio and video coming in good still, guys? It's gonna be a slow moving barge coming upstream. That current's roaring. Come on, Senor Blue Cat. I'm trying to feed you. Predict that the next one I catch will be bigger. That thing took a good hit. I almost want to reel it in and check it. Make sure I still got bait on it. Brad Workman commented on Whisker Sticks link. The suspense is tiring. I'm gonna check my bait. Like I still got bait. That's back out there. Fix this. Probably got a ton of debris on it. Oh yeah. I'm busy doing something. I'm distracted right now. Back out just in time for the barge to come by. Do I still have my deeper? No, I don't have my deeper. That got stolen from me. I had an ad posted on a few different things on Facebook where I was trying to sell off some of my gear before I was moving and trying to get some money. And it included a deeper, my wagon, a Plano rod carrying case, 2 10-foot rods, an Intex pull pump I think I was going to use for another bait tank, and a bunch of other stuff. It was like $600-700 worth of gear. And the guy responded to it, said he wanted to buy it all. I said great. Met me at my job, asked if he could pay me when he got paid. So I said sure. Went ahead and let him have it, stupidly, and just trusting him. And then excuse after excuse after excuse later, I never got the payment, and tried to go after him about it and tried to hound him down for it, give me my money, or give me my stuff back. And he threatened to file harassment charges if I didn't leave him alone. I tried to file a police report, and called up the police station, his local police station where he lives, which he actually lives right down the street from it, go figure. And they knew all about him. He's done it in the past. It's not the first time he's done it to somebody, but they can't do it. You have to call your local police department of where the event actually took place. Since he drove down to meet me, I had to go through my local police department, meeting or whatever, be able to flag him down and do something. But they're not going to go up and get him. The department can't have it in their jurisdiction. So, rock and a hard. I tried to be a nice guy and let him know that I planned on filing theft charges. And that's when he said if I wrote him or contacted him, he would pursue with harassment charges, take me to court. So I figured it'd be better. I'm sure he'll get his someday. But to anybody who might have it happen to them again, when I talked to the department, they said that somebody else reported an incident just like it on him 3 days after I called. And it happened for me, so he had done did it again. But you guys ever see ads from this guy, or he inquires anything that you're trying to sell, I wouldn't do business with him. His name is Jason Ritter. Oh, and he lives up by what's that? Lewisburg, Ohio. He lives around that area. His name is Jason. I've got every screenshot of every message, every conversation, text message, Facebook Messenger, the ad on file before we go to court. But yeah, he's still got it. For all I know, he's probably done resold it. And maybe it'll help him down the road, I don't know. Maybe he was hard up for money. I don't know his situation. I'll never pretend to know his situation, but that's where that went. I'm going to have to get a new one down the road. But it's okay. got a hit on the flathead rod. We've got a hit on the ugly stick. The breeze starting to pull that line pretty hard. Two barge bites. And no fish. Sun feels amazing, man. Set my pops down. If I had more time in the day, I'd probably go ahead and try moving to a different spot on the river, but I only get a few hours. And I've already caught one, so I'm satisfied. Doesn't mean it wouldn't be fun to get another. One on the ugly stick's a little farther out. Flathead rod's sitting right along these trees and bushes. And that's where we caught the 10-pounder that we caught. There can't be just one. There's got to be another one. Maybe the bait's too big. But I want to try to get a big fish. The 10-pounder can eat that little chunk. I'm sure something just as big or a little bit bigger could eat it just as easy. I caught a 3-pound albino blue on a chunk of skipjack the size of that cut bait that I was using. No way it could have fit in his mouth, but he got hooked right in the corner of the mouth like he was supposed to. Maybe I could try throwing up this way a little bit upstream. It's a little too late for me to be packing up and going somewhere else. It's already 12 o'clock. I got about an hour left. There's other places I could go, but by the time I'd get unpacked and everything else, I'd be there for 15 minutes. I'm gonna just do these. I'm gonna try to do one of these streams once a week if I can afford to. And every time I go, I'll try to go to a different spot. Show you guys around Ohio, around the Ohio River and the Great Miami River and the Little Miami River and the Whitewater River and some of the parks that we fish at here. Sunday, if anybody lives around here, Sunday, I know Terry does. This coming Sunday, Triple Creek is having their annual kids fishing derby, and the previous night, Saturday evening or Saturday night, they're stocking 500 pounds of channel cats and I think like 100 pounds of hybrid bluegill, and they do it once a year, every year in April, and they have a kids fishing derby. You can bring your kids out. You don't need a license to fish there. Oh, whoa, whoa. Holy crap, it's a big one. Look at that river rodder. Hold that pole. He's big. This one is huge. Gaining some line. Did you guys see that? Holy cow. Rodder did not budge. It was pulling drag rodder. He's head shaking. Feeling this is gonna be bigger than 10. Come on, baby. Swimming to the bank. Coming up. Line. Feels like a big blue. Crap, how deep is that over there? Oh yeah, way bigger. Woohoo! He's probably 20-ish. Set that right there. Pray to God my line don't break. He wouldn't open up his mouth to get the lip grip. And he broke the hook. He looked, I'd say he was pushing about 30. He was about, I don't know, about that long. Where's my hands? He was about that long. Oh, he was big. I got to see him. That's all that counts. It might not count, but I got to see him. I had my hand right on his lips. He wouldn't open his mouth. He did a gator roll and the hook broke. Crap. Still got my demon dragon. Hey, you know what? I'm happy. So we're gonna slide this back up a little bit. Tie a new hook on. We're gonna go after him again. Yes. Where'd my scissors go? Actually, I'm gonna do new leader. Yeah, baby. I don't even care that I didn't get to land it. Feed her once. Twice. Oh, that was backwards. Came out. Once. Twice. That's on good. Man, what a fight. What a fight. For anybody that doesn't know how I tie my rigs, I can't remember if it was YouTube or Facebook, but I did a video showing all about Snellen hooks and why I rig the way I do. And it explains it all on there. I'm gonna go ahead and put that head back on. Chuck it back out there. So it don't happen again. I'm gonna check this one real quick too, and then I'll get to your comments. Round 3. All right, let's see how many of you guys made fun of me. Wasn't holding his mouth right. I don't have a net. He will remember you all day. I got a net. It's in the truck, or in the trunk. That's just one extra thing to carry though. Hopefully he went and told his big brother on you, yeah. Fishtail. He's this big! You miss him making excuses why he missed landing a fish. Yeah, what are you gonna do? We'll get him again. I casted that one back out, and then I reeled it right back out. I let a bunch of line out to make sure that that kink in the line didn't happen. And I think what happened was, there was a while back I snagged, and I was pulling so hard on it to get it to break. I think the mono buried into itself a little bit deeper into the spool, and he actually pulled the drag so hard he pulled that much line back out to where it caught that kink, and I was worried he was going to break it. So I just tried to fight him to get him in. And when I threw that back out, I made sure that I got that kink. This slime line is super, super tough. Really, really tough line. Silky smooth casting, but since it's so tough, I've noticed that sometimes it will carry into itself almost like braid does when you put too much compression on the spool when you're trying to break the line. So if you can't get it to snap in one jerk, the harder you got to sit and pull on it, it'll actually bury itself in. So we don't want that to happen again. Have you seen bloopers of Bill Dance? Yep. That felt like one of those moments. You guys heard me? No! He was just a little bit smaller than probably that 30-pounder I caught last time. He's probably about 25, 30 pounds. That would have been my second biggest blue cat ever on the Ohio River. It was definitely bigger than the first one. Man, that sucks. But hey, it's action. Sometimes I go fishing in stream and we don't catch nothing. Sometimes I think the most I've caught in one trip is 6 streaming with you guys. Sometimes I catch one, sometimes I catch none. I lose a bunch. It's all part of the game. You're gonna break a line, you're gonna strip out a gear in your reel one day. Thing you don't have is a mustard bottle and crackers and bologna. Oh, you're talking about the Bill Dance. As far as I'm concerned, we got him to land. Or bite. Yeah, things happen when you're fishing. Fishing and not catching. This ain't the most prime time to be out fishing either anyway. Got a high pressure system. Big bluebird skies. Snake falling out of the tree on you. Yeah, I've seen that one. The bee's nest, when he runs into that beehive. I remember the snake one real good. He was trying to get his lure out and it fell out of the tree and he landed. He was just like that. Yeah, there's debris catching that one. But hey, he was out. That's where that one was at last time. He was out there closer towards the current seam. Throwing a dog toy and a Labrador retriever jumping in the water after. At least you guys got to see it. I wish that would have been at nighttime. You guys get to see the whisker stick shoot down to the water. I don't claim to catch all the fish. I don't claim to catch the biggest fish. I don't claim to catch a lot of fish. But if you want to come out with me and go fishing somewhere, I will claim you'll have a good time. Stuff like that, I'll have you laughing. Knocking the cameraman into the water. Bill's got some good outtake videos. Now, I'd be willing to bet one of my rods that if I did happen to have a boat and I was sitting out where all these current seams are, I bet we'd be laying into a handful of them. Hey, my mom's back in here. Mom, you just missed something hilarious. It's hooked into a huge monster blue. Well, huge for me. It was like 25, 30 pounds. Got him to the bank. Had the lip grips in my hand trying to get him to open his mouth. And he shook his head and broke the line. You'll have to go back and watch the stream. Watch it over again. Biggest I caught is 30 to 40 pounder blue, but the prettiest I've caught is a bright light blue cat. Was so light blue the sun was glowing off of it. No doubt need a boat. Don't need a boat. I actually like and prefer bank fishing. I don't need a chair. I can sit wherever. I can plop my butt down. So what if I get dirty? I can scatter my gear out and have room to move around. I got this whole thing to myself. Sure, when you're in a boat, you got the whole river. You can move where you want. But when you're bank fishing, it just costs a little bit of gas to get there and a little bit of worms to catch bait if you don't have a cast net. You're set. When you're in a boat, you got to pay for the cost of the gas for your vehicle, then you got to pay the cost for the gas and everything else for the boat, and all the electronics. Spending a lot more money when you're fishing off a boat. This is broke man trophy catfishing. Where can you catch skipjack around there? Chuck, you can go downstream towards Indiana to Markland Dam. You can go upstream to Meldal Dam and Greenup Dam. If the Great Miami River's closer for you at certain times of the year, skipjack do run up Great Miami and they get hung up at the dams there. Lots of local bait and tackle shops will sell them frozen. You can buy them and get them shipped from a Big Cat Bait Company, I believe. But I think up and Meldal Dam would be your three that's for catching really big skipjack. I've seen huge skipjack being caught in the Great Miami, but it's got certain times of the year they don't run like they do at the other big dams on the Ohio. Shad, however, is a different story. Shad, I could tell you 100 places to go for shad. I could probably catch here. If there's you probably, I know you can get them at the public landing real easy. You got to pay $5 to park at the public landing if you want to park right next to the water. Pay your $5, get in there, and just cast net all over the place. It's real rocky like this is here. Just throw right over top of them, and have some swimming trunks or something on. Just walk out over all top of the rocks, and then just slowly pull up your net as you work the net off the rocks, and you'll get hundreds of them in a throw. You can go to East Fork State Park. Is loaded with shad. The Great Miami and Little Miami River has shad. There's lots of small waterway ponds that carry big shad. Like if you ever go behind the IKEA store, there's a body of water behind IKEA, and you can catch shad in there. There's two flood retaining ponds by Miami University in Hamilton, where you can catch some smaller shad. There's millions of them in there too, and all those places you can cast net for them. The only cast net for shad or any other fish is the Hamilton County Great Parks like Sharon Woods, Miami Whitewater. They don't allow cast netting. Where else? 1,000 feet of any of the dams. Skipjack and shad. I would love to catch a mess of them. Dude, watch your white one. It's bent more than what it used to. Yeah, I think it's got a lot of debris on it. Is this just kind of... I think since I'm out more in that more current, there's free flowing, and it's getting caught on that line, putting more water drag on it. Around March and April. I was up there yesterday and I didn't see any, Terry. I think it's got more to do with water temp than it does with the time of year. The Ohio River. Justin, come on down, man. Send me a message on Facebook. We'll hook up sometime. I'm not an expert. I don't know all the good spots. I just literally, I'll sit at work when I'm at the house, and I'll just comb Google Maps. Go with the satellite view, and I just scroll all down up around the Ohio River, look at tributaries, look for bodies of water, places to park, if there's any pull-offs. I just look for places to fish, and then I drive up somewhere and came here for the time last year, and that's when we got that 30 pounder. Second time I came out here, I didn't get nothing. And I think here my buddy Jason, he caught a small one. I didn't catch anything, and this is my fourth time here, and we've hooked into. But I've also tried down by Licking River mouth. I've caught 1, 2, 3, I've caught 2 blues, a channel, and a flathead at the Licking River mouth. I don't think anything was over 12 pounds. I've heard it's really good. Serpentine wall by the icebreakers. It's really, really deep right off the drop-off. There's just really nowhere to set a rod holder in place, so you don't it's anchored down with something heavy and have the clicker on. Gonna get a shot one day in the next few. See, the river used to look like what the Ohio River looks like, but now it looks like from Muddy River Catfish, like the Rio Grande. Hey, them small waters hold big fish, dude. Especially flatheads. Don't count them out. I'm thinking about taking my kids up Sunday to that fishing derby at Triple Creek. They're stocking 500 pounds of channel cat and I think 100 pounds of hybrid bluegill. There's some prizes to be won, I guess. And there's big fish in there too. There's 5-inch spoonbill that's been caught. There's monster-sized carp. There's I know I've caught quite a few flatheads. The biggest one I've caught, where I caught my biggest flathead, is 32-pound flathead out of Triple Creek. That lake's maybe about the same size as the one at my job. It's only about 4 feet deep. And there's big fish in there. People come in and they'll add things to there that they've caught. I might need to bring that ugly stick line in and get all the grass off. That is one slow flathead bite. Looks like you can walk across it. Don't count that out either, dude. I'm telling you, flatheads, they can live in some of the shallowest water ever. That lake at my job, I think that it's got one spot where it's maybe 5 feet deep, but the rest 2 to 3 feet all the way across. I walk all around that lake and hardly get over my chest. And there's over a flathead in that lake, and they haven't been dying off or anything. They make their little layers and they stay good. And I've seen noodlers, different videos, in a foot of water pull out an 80-something pound flathead out of a wood pile in a foot of water. And flatheads go up into them shallows to breed and feed. And they like small, fast-moving water like that. That's why the Great Miami's so popular for them. There might not be any blues in the Great Miami. If there are, there's very few. Very rare to catch one. But I'm telling you, let's go to the Great Miami. Anywhere on the Great Miami, you'll catch nice flatheads. Tons and tons of channel cats. I need to plug my battery pack in before I forget. Don't want the stream ending early, do we? There we go. Plugged up. Rhymy, what's going on, man? Rhymy's one of my old PlayStation buddies. That was an eBay notification. 15% off everything. Use code PLAN to save. Ends at 1 p.m. Minimum $50 purchase. There you go, guys. There's your free promo code. Buy anything on eBay. Rhymy, I've been fishing, man. Working on whisker sticks and making lights. And first time finally getting out to catch some fish. I think I'm gonna bring this ugly stick in and check it. Probably got a buttload of grass. got an idea, guys. Yeah, look at that. Looks like a snake. I got an idea. I'm gonna put this rod and throw it way downstream where this one is. See if the Demon Dragon attracts anything. And I noticed when I was fighting that big blue, I'll show you guys on the camera here in a second. There's almost like a little inlet by these bushes. And it must be at least 10 feet deep there because he was pulling line like crazy and just hanging there. So maybe I'm gonna drop a bait over there and see if something's sitting too. When the water's down and it's calm, you can pretty much throw wherever you want out here. Right in front of this concrete wall here where this tunnel is, there's a big, huge open bowl. Let's see what happens in that little cove. Wouldn't that be something right under our nose all the time? They make weedless hooks. They need to make weedless mono. We know they're out there. We just gotta find them. Got any planer boards, Matt? No, I don't. They would come kind of handy right now. I've never actually tried to use them bank fishing, but I've heard it's a good strategy. You gotta bite slowly. I see it bending and not giving away. That's because it had all that grass built on it. It builds up more drag. I had it farther out into the middle. I had it farther away from the bank, so there's more current and more junk flowing through, and that line's catching it all up. Rami says, have you caught any today? 1.5. We caught one 10-pounder and landed it. We hooked into a bigger one, about 25, 30 pounds. And as soon as I got him to land, he broke off right as I was trying to get this thing in his mouth. Stupid wouldn't open his mouth up. Had his mouth clamped down shut and I couldn't get the lip grip on him. I should have been a little more patient and I would have had him. Chris Flores, what's going on, brother? Got your rod out, man. Thanks for joining, bud. We haven't caught anything on your rod yet, unfortunately. They've all been on my good old ugly stick. Did you say where the kids' thing is Sunday? And what time is it? I'm in church till about 12:30. I think it starts at 9. I don't know how long it runs. but I know they're stocking it Saturday evening. It's at Triple Creek, and I know it's free. I believe Dave said it starts at 9. He's the groundskeeper there. I'm really good friends with him. And I want to say he said it starts at 9. They're adding 500 pounds of channel cat and 100 something pounds of hybrid bluegill. Some of them are 10-12 inch long bluegill. We're trying, Chris. We've hooked into 2. I landed one and missed the second one. They need to come up with a landing net that's like a bass net almost, where it's just got like a tennis racket handle but bigger, so I don't have to carry that big huge landing net I got around. I don't like getting it out just because it's so cumbersome to carry, but I do keep it in the trunk. But we got the Muddy River rod out. We're using cut up red horse sucker for bait. We got Reaper circle hooks on, slime line spooled up. One's got a demon dragon, one's got a hooker terminal tackle line rattle. Musky Hans, what's going on? They're biting all right. We've seen some pretty good action today. For being poor fishing condition weather, it's been pretty good. Got a high pressure system going through. The water's still cold. Tim, go over the kids thing again. You timed out on me. Okay. So once a year, Hamilton County Park District puts on a kids fishing derby around here, and it's at Triple Creek Park. It's on Pippin Road in Coleraine Township. It's over by Northwest High School. It's literally just a couple softball field, baseball fields, and then there's a pond on the other side of the street. And once a year in April, they stock 500 pounds of channel cats, various sizes, anywhere from half a pound to 10 pounds. They put 500 pounds of channel cats in, and then this year they're adding 100 something pounds of hybrid bluegill. Chris, you missed it. He looked like Bill Dance trying to pull in the fish. And yeah, they stock those channel cats in, and they stock the bluegill in, and then they let the kids come have a fishing derby to win some prizes. I believe it starts at 9 a.m. I don't know how long it runs. I've never actually attended it. Last year, I went the day after and was trying to catch some channel cats, and I ended up hooking into that 32-pound flathead that I caught, my personal best flathead. And I caught that on a piece of bluegill bait about the size of my thumbnail. Little itty bitty piece of cut bait. But the only thing that sucks about that derby is they don't block it off to adults or anything. So I mean, the kids are there to fish for prizes, but everybody knows that they're stocking, so a lot of the adults will come in and put their lines out, and they'll try to be fishing for those cats. And I remember last year specifically, there was a couple who had stringers full of channel cats. They were shrimp, and they were catching tons of eaters to take them home and eat, which is fine. But I mean, I think they should sanction that just for kids to fish that one day, and only let the kids fish, so it could really be a kids fishing derby. Let them have the glory of catching the fish while they're fresh in there and active and confused and don't know where to hide, and then channel cats are just swimming off, gobbling food. Even the bluegills, I mean, they should be catching something. Some of them adults, they just go in there and they'll reap half that stocking out in the very first day, take them home and eat them. Because 500 pounds really isn't a lot, but it's also a small body of water. And they're just some small farm-raised channel cats. They're all eater size. I think hardly any of them get up to 10 pounds. But they do grow bigger than that in there. I'll tell you, I've caught some 20-pound channel cats in there. And they put up a heck of a fight. Hopefully we get another bite. We've had 2 hookups on the ugly stick. I want to see this Muddy River rod go down. The only time I got to feel a fight on that rod is when I fought a snag. We got to put his rod in action. I forgot to tell you guys I was going to show you code. Pick this battery case. There we go. Get me a drink first. The first catch was a Bill Dance moment too, come to think of it, because I just tossed the phone down. You guys were staring at rocks the whole fight. So this little inlet right here, right here, I had that fish all the way over in here, and he just seemed like he was just diving to the depths. I don't remember it being that deep when the river's low at its normal level. This is flooded still right now. But I got a bait sitting there, and we've had all our hookup ratios past those first set of bushes. So maybe we'll get lucky. There's some good current seam going here. 12. Maybe I'll reel these in and try the last half hour or so out towards the current seam. I'll throw one up and we'll see what happens. Give it one last hurrah. We'll go big or go home. Good afternoon. Living my fishing fix through Tim and everyone else. I know the feeling. This is the first time I've got to get out. I'm going to try to go once more again next week. Hopefully the rivers will be down and I can go back to the Great Miami and try to get back on my flatheads. I love my flatheads. Yeah, let me we'll try moving them one last time before we call it a day. Don't forget to tune in at 7. We'll have the lunch break bite. Probably wouldn't hurt to change bait too, but we ain't got that much time left, so I'm not gonna sweat it. See? Try to get out in the current a little bit. See what happens, guys. Go big or go home. Amen. He looks like Puss in Boots in them. Where's your next live stream, Chris? I want to see Chris do it live too. My next stream will probably be up by you, Terry, up by Eagle's Nest. As long as the water's down. Alright, cross your fingers, guys and gals. Let's see if we get one. Make sure it's focused. There we go. Sorry I missed some. Wife has me doing chores. You missed a lot of laughter. You'd have been laughing at me. First fish I hooked into, I was holding my tripod, so I just tossed it down and dropped it. We landed that one. It was a 10-pound blue. Second one we hooked into about, what, 20-30 minutes ago. Fought him for a good while. Got him to land. Had my lip grips in my hand, trying to force him down his mouth. He wouldn't open his mouth, and then he broke the hook off. Yeah, water is really muddy. The current's up still really high. It's still somewhat of a flood stage. It's the water level's up pretty good still. Current's moving real swift for the Ohio. It's usually not this fast. This is barely holding them. Going to do a live stream of them. I told you that strong they are. Might not be even if I catch any, I just out here. But what's sick about that water, if you go at night and put light to it, it lights up green. And it's like a greenish, brownish water to it. Here comes a bargeless boat. I can feel the sunburn on my neck. Hey Tim, don't you have a light now that's good for lighting up slime line? Yes, I do. We have a black stick. Uh-oh. What are you doing, flathead rod? Seen the line walking. Must be free. Yeah, we have 10 colors out now this year since April. We have the red, blue, green, pink, and white still. We brought back orange. We brought back the slow changer and the fast changer. We introduced purple, and we introduced the black light, the UV black light. And depending on how much light is around you, ambient light like street lights, city lights, flood lights, whatever, might dictate how much of it makes it glow. But if you guys seen the pictures on the Facebook page, pitch black situation, it makes it look like lightsaber. And they're still pretty bright to see, even as just a bite indicator on your rod tip. So the black light and the color changers are classified as our specialty lights, and then the other 7 colors are classified as our basic colors. So there's 2 separate pricings on specialties and basics. The The specialties are $1 more starting out. And we have them all available in stock and ready for order. We also have spare batteries we started this year too. If you want to buy extra batteries, we have those for sale. We have, I'm considering doing extra zip ties. And if anybody wanted to order various sizes of the zip ties, longer, shorter, give me some feedback on that. Let me know and we can make that happen as an accessory. And we got some other cool stuff coming up later in the year. We're thinking next month, for the month of May, having a Mother's Day sale all through the month of May. We don't have the specifics out on it yet. Quit teasing me. Something must have caught the line on that flathead route. It looked like it was starting to dip. But we're thinking maybe red or pink and purple. Not red, pink and purple. Have a sale on pinks and purples for Mother's Day for the month of May. And then do the same thing in June with different colors for Father's Day sale. Probably blue and red maybe. That black light will make slime line, big game solar, and the others glow really well out to about 40 inches depending on how dark it is. Frank's got to test some of those black lights out, so he's got some more feedback on it. Okay, I'm going to catch up with you soon to get a few. Okay. And anybody who wants to make an order on whisker sticks, as always, you guys know, just send us a message on the Facebook page. Molly will get with you. She'll send you your PayPal invoice, and once it's paid, we'll begin to get it ready for shipment. We'll fill the order, and we ship every Tuesday. Tuesdays are the days we ship our orders out on. I've been seeing carp jumping as we're talking, and surfacing and tail slapping. We're using cut red horse sucker for bait. I got the big drum still in my tackle bag. I was hoping to not have to use it, but I brought it as a backup in case we ran out. Doesn't look like we're gonna have to use it today, so it's staying nice and frozen in my bait pouch in my tackle bag. So we'll stop back, put that in the freezer, and we'll save it for the next time we go to the Ohio and try to chase some blues. And the next time I go out, what would you guys like to see me try to go after? You guys want to see me try to go after some blues again on the Ohio River? Or would you rather see me try to find some flatheads and monster channels on the Great Miami? Or maybe go fishing for once? You need the white suckers. Yeah, I didn't find any white suckers. It'll be time to start catching some creek chubs here soon, but those things are better live and I got mine hand delivered. If I can get in there, just do cash if that's okay. Yeah, that's fine, Terry. Yeah, Terry lives close to me. So if any of you guys are local and live around here, we can take cash payments and you don't have to worry about shipping. Great Miami River Flat should be getting close to putting the feed bag on. Yeah, I'd like to start getting after some flatheads again. They're my favorite ones. All them fish will be moving up to the smaller tributaries, Frank says. Yeah, the water's up right now, so it's probably better to be fishing the tributaries. But the ones that are still here, they'll be hugging the banks. So if you can't get to the tributaries, what I would recommend is trying to do what I'm doing and just fishing close to the bank downstream or upstream. They hug the banks to get out of the heavy current. And they'll hold up there and wait for stuff to float by, and then they come swipe it up. I'm thinking maybe next time we could either go to the Great Miami or maybe go to one of the parks like Winton Woods or Miami Whitewater or Sharon Woods. Sharon Woods isn't really all that great. They got one designated spot you can bank fish from, and it's so overpressured there's hardly anything there. You have to boat fish at Sharon Woods to have any fun catfishing. I think the breeze taking on that muddy river line. Slowly getting drug across the bottom. And that ugly stick's got a nice bend in it, like it's caught a bunch of grass too. Sharon Woods' duty. It used to be nice when you could bank fish all over, but I've heard the catfishing there on boats is really good in the back parts of the lake where you can't really access it because it doesn't get hardly any pressure. I can't remember the last time I've dared to go on a boat at Sharon Woods, probably since I was 10 years old or younger. My white rod's doing something. Looks like it's bouncing off the bottom. Who needs a bumping rod when the current does it for you? Houston Woods is alright to fish, 10 pounds or so. Can't remember the last time I've been there. I went to Mitchell Memorial Forest one time. Bait the Bend, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Went to be okay back towards the dam. That's where it's the deepest. There's one spot to where it gets about 20 to 30 feet deep. The average depth for Winton Woods is 10 to 15 feet deep. Excellent place to catch bullheads. If you go to the far side bank fishing area, not where the boat dock is, literally just take some bread balls and put balls on your hook and drop them right at your feet down to the bottom. The bullheads gobble up all that bread that the ducks miss when people are feeding the ducks and geese. Brookville's good. Rocky Fork has some nice channels up to 16 pounds. Cabela's King Cat actually did a tournament at Rocky Fork for their tournament trail. I don't know if they already had it or they're about to have it. Looks fun. It's got some good flathead spots. Will surprise you. Another spot that people Campbell or Campbell's Fishing Preserve. You don't need a license to fish there either, or at Mitchell Memorial Forest. But they're catch and release only. Where did this weight come from? But you don't need a license to fish. You just have to have a Hamilton County Park sticker. Then you pay a $2 admission fee. They only stock mouth bass, northern pike, yellow perch, bluegill, white crappie, and black crappie. That's all they stock in there. There's 5 lakes. Well, 4, but one's kind of like 2 lakes separated by a peninsula. And some of those back lakes that run along the flood wall, it runs parallel to the Whitewater River, which is loaded with gar and blue cats and flatheads and channels. And when the rivers get high up like this, those flood walls, there's a couple spots where those flood walls are broke down and the river just flows right into them and they get trapped. So it's a great place to go there if you feel like making the walk. Uh-oh. Bags are blown away. All right, I got him. I won't leave no trash. Train bridge treated you good last time, and I know there's something huge in there. Yeah, the train bridge on Great Miami's good. That's got a hole about 30 feet deep. 7 Mile Creek I've heard is good for flatheads. All I've ever caught there was some softshell turtles and netted a few shad. High Street, around the High Street Bridge in Hamilton on the Great Miami is a good spot. Around the lower dam is good. Eagle's Nest is good. There's a bridge I want to fish under. Actually, it's like maybe 5 minutes from my house on the Great Miami, down at the bottom of the hill of the old Coleraine Avenue. It's a pretty good spot. I've caught a few channel cats there. What sucks about fishing there is just all the fallen timber around the bridges. You got to get the fish up over the timber to land it. They're starting to catch the blues at CJ Brown in the 15-pound range from what I've heard. There's lots of good places to fish. And I'm happy to try any of them if anybody ever wants to get out. Might not have any plans Sunday, so I'm thinking about taking the kids to fish that fishing derby Sunday for a few hours. So maybe we can live stream that. You guys can watch the kids. Chubs at 7 Mile, yeah. I usually fish for my chubs at there's a few creeks that flow in and out of Winton Woods Lake around the Finneytown, North College Hill area, Mount Healthy area. The one I usually go to is over by the intersection of Daly and Compton, Frank. There's a subdivision back there where you can cut back into some woods and get to the creek, and there's these big pockets of water just loaded with monster-sized chubs. Anything on a drop, you can catch them with corn, a feather, it don't matter. They see something hit the water, they hit it. But it's where you got to hit them on the drop or you miss it. They swoop up, grab it, and then dart back off. Seems like kids are always a good draw when it comes to getting viewers. Oh, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it that way. I just share my fishing trips with people. There's been a few times I've had my kids on here. Sometimes I'll let Alyssa run around with the family, show everybody what we're doing. She'll talk to them. She'll think she's a YouTube star. I was hoping we'd get lucky again before I Gotta hang this up, but we're about run out of time. We got about 10 minutes or so left. But to answer your question, I'm sure kids make an impact. People like seeing kids having fun. Who doesn't smile when a kid's cracking up and enjoying themselves, you know? Now that it's going to be starting to get warmer, I'm going to be trying to take them out more once they're out of school. Might not always stream it, but every so many weekends or something, take them out somewhere and let them try to catch something. Those will probably be all lake trips. I won't bring my kids to the river. These parts of the river that I fish, just a little too dangerous. Not necessarily dangerous, but worrisome for... They'll want to run around and explore and play while the poles are in the water, and I can see them like trying to climb on these rocks. Next thing you know, one slips over and sprains an ankle, or God forbid cracks their head or falls into the water. Don't want to deal with none of that. A little bit safer on the lake. Great entertainment value, no doubt. I agree. Maybe next time I come to the Ohio, I'll see what I can do about getting over to that side, fishing over there. Better fishing and I wholeheartedly agree. I love taking my... They get mad when they don't catch nothing. They're impatient, but they don't know any better yet. If they were here with me right now, they'd be like, I'm bored. Why aren't we catching anything? Just sit back and wait, and then when you do hook into that big monster like we got, I didn't think I was ever going to get that fish in. I'll just stop for a minute while it worked. Thanks, old bastard. Appreciate it. I can't wait my great grand fishes. He stole my heart. Yeah, we're on the Ohio River, bastard. We're right across on Kentucky from Montgomery in. I've seen people fishing right off the back of Hooters. I've seen people fishing over by the old Queen. Go up and down this river on you'll see people all different spots. Wouldn't think somebody would be. If anybody's new to fishing the Ohio River, bank fishing, wanting to try it out, you can get with me and we'll hook up and go out sometime. I'll try to show you something. Uh-oh. I think that's debris. Or if you want to go on your own time when you got your own free time, I would highly recommend just hitting up Google Maps. Go to Google Maps and go to the satellite view and just comb around your area, different bodies of water, and see where you might be able to access, and whether it's pulling off the side of a road or parking across the street in a parking lot or whatever. Just make sure you're not trespassing. You can find all kinds of cool spots. I bet that thing's got a ton of grass on it. The line's hanging out this way, but my bait's back here. It's just all that slack line being pulled by the current and the debris catching it. I'm hoping one day this year we're going to get to go out with Joe Jellison, Chat Cats Fishing. Next time he comes up to visit, he's supposed to let me know. We're going to try to hook up. I think the Muddy Water Fishing boys are going to try to come down with Frank and Everett from A Lot of Fishing TV. They're all going to try to come down for a trip once this summer, I think. We got Mad Jack's tournament coming up down in Taylorsville, Kentucky. I'll be there for that. We got some cool things coming up this year. And then just little trips like these during the week while the kids are in school. I'll try to go at least once a week. I can't promise it every week, but I'm going to try to at least one day out of the week. As long as I can get bait, then we should be good. I think it's pulling on that rod hard. I think we're going to get ready to wrap this up, guys. I got to get ready to head back to the house and get ready for work. So, Google Maps is great to check for and check out fishing spots. I agree. See if Tim got to do my weekly billing. Send me a message when you'll be my way. Alright. I appreciate you guys coming out and watching with me and enjoying time on the water with me. We're going to try to do this quite often this summer, where I'm trying to be more active on YouTube. Not always just the Facebook streams. We're going to try to keep the whisker sticks separate on Facebook and keep the fishing stuff on the YouTube. So if you guys like what you see, please subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you get notified when we go live. And be sure to share it with your buddies and tell them about it. Get them on here too if you think it might interest them. If you don't like what you see, then there's no pressure. We'll see you when we see you. And if you guys are interested in buying some whisker sticks, hit us up on Facebook page. Molly will get back with you and take your order, and we'll get them out to you when we can. And don't forget, we also have Whisker Sticks apparel for sale on Teespring. We got everything from shirts, hoodies, kids clothes, sweaters, women's clothes. We got leggings for the ladies now. We got iPhone cases, beach towels, wall tapestries, and stickers, and some other cool stuff on there. They handle all the order fulfillment and everything, so be sure to go check that out. Just go to teespring.com and search Whisker Sticks and you guys will find it. We got a whole storefront with everything listed on there. If anyone is around Delaware State Park and has young kids, they have a youth pond stocked with channels, bass, and bluegill. That's awesome. Take a kid fishing. I know I'm going to be doing. We're going to try to get out and get a lot of family fishing trips this year. But yeah, check us out if you guys are new to the channel. Thanks for coming in for the first time and watching. Got to see a couple people for the first time on here. We appreciate you checking it out. Thanks for hanging out for the people who hung out. And I'll let you guys know when we try to do the next one. We got some good fish. We missed a really good one. And we got to have some action. So if you guys are interested in seeing anything specific, let me know in the comments section. Or shoot me a message, get a hold of me and let me know. We always appreciate feedback. Maybe there's a